Welcome to the John and Heidi Show podcast.
John and Heidi.
Here's John and Heidi.
Today is a special day. Heidi, do you know what today is?
What is today, John?
I thought you'd never ask. It is a Thursday. It's March the 12th, and today is National Baked Scallops Day.
Okay.
Do we like those?
I don't believe so.
Oh, have we ever tried those?
No.
Okay, well, we might like them then. It's also
I'll try them.
also National Girl Scout Cookie Day. Do we
Now,
like
those?
those?
We like. Yes.
Oh, actually, I'm sorry. It's just National Girl Scout Day. We like the Girl
we don't like
Scouts,
the
too.
Girl Scouts,
We
just the
do,
cookies.
too. And we like their cookies. It's also National Plant a Flower Day, and it is World Kidney Day. All of those things. And it's a Dear John letter because it's Thursday. So our Dear John letter today is a husband and wife, been married for 12 years. She had a kid when they got married. And there's been a little issue between her new husband and her daughter. And I called in some help. Another one of these. I love this. I came up. This is brilliant. Why should I answer letters when I can get experts to help me? So I have.
It's called Dear John, not Dear
I know
Expert.
it's Dear John letters, but I'm like, hey, you know what? I'm smart. I'm going to have somebody that's an expert in the field. A relationship expert is going to help me today. Spirit. She has her new show on Oprah Winfrey Network called Love Goals. She's going to help me out with my Dear John letter. And you can too at facebook.com/John and Heidi Show.
If you grew up in the 70s, 80s, and 90s, you should consider joining us for this amazing vacation.
My wife and I have been to this event the last 3 years, and we've had a blast.
Join us at the Sands.
Hear amazing music from Billy Idol,
Cheap Trick,
Belinda Carlisle,
Little River Band,
The Hooters,
Tesla,
Howard Jones,
and many more.
plus meet awesome stars from movies and TV.
It's the best week ever.
Learn more right now at thesands.rocks.
That's thesands.rocks.
Now, surveys and studies and such brought to you by BetterCreditCards.com. Study from Martin Luther University found that spending time in a sauna is just as good for your heart as exercising. Well,
I agree with that. I love saunas.
kind of like that. Good. That's very good news.
Yeah.
We need to get in a sauna.
I've been saying you should join the gym again.
Well, we could get a sauna, too. That would be...
We're just going to get a sauna.
I don't know. Then we'll hang clothes on that like we have with treadmill and elliptical machine. Probably not a good plan. Surveys and studies and such brought to you by BetterCreditCards.com.
Not all credit cards are created equally. Some cards have higher rates, some have annual fees, some are just not very good. Often people will sign up for these because that's all they qualify for. But if you've done that, it may be time to get a better credit card. Over time, your situation can change. Then you could qualify for a better credit card, one that offers you a better rate, or one that offers miles, points, cash back, or whatever is the best fit for you. Check it out for free at bettercreditcards.com. That's bettercreditcards.com.
This is your Brain on Drugs, brought to you by TimeForRehab.com. Each day, we share stories about people doing dumb stuff under the influence. Well, we've got one of those here. A Florida man went on an alcohol and hallucinogenic-fueled rampage with a sledgehammer.
Oh.
He said he was killing demons who were tormenting him. Instead, he was really smashing windows and cars and busting up his own home.
Yikes.
Residents in the neighborhood called 911, reported the man with a sledgehammer. They came out, drew their guns, ordered him to put down the hammer. 32-year-old Rafael Suarez Gomez did drop the hammer. He told police, I've been drinking. Somebody gave me something. I don't know what it was. Short time later, I started seeing demons. And then he busted everything that he owned. That's what happens when your brain is on drugs.
Yikes.
John and Heidi.
Now, big screen, little screen, brought to you by ChannelSurferTV.com. Post Malone, he's the rapper.
Yes.
We just also saw him in a movie. What was the movie? Spencer. And we just found out. I didn't know this, but it's based on Spencer for Hire.
Okay.
We watched it with Marky Mark.
Yeah.
Mark Wahlberg. So he was the prisoner that had the tattoos all over his face.
Oh, okay.
Post Malone told fans that he's not on drugs. There was a series of viral videos showing him like falling and acting strange while he was on stage, and he's like, "I'm not on drugs." And then people are like, "We didn't even ask that. Wait a minute. What are you trying to say? What happened here? I'm not on drugs. I know that." Ben Affleck's new film, The Way Back, had its lowest box office opening in 20 years for Ben Affleck movie. Mm-hmm. So that's so far not sounding too good for him. Here's the sad thing: he has done so many amazing movies. There's going to be a stinker here and there. I mean, there's just gonna be.
These guys, though, they get up in front of a microphone, they start spouting their mouths off.
Yeah,
and
that's true.
It turns off their audience, and
And
they're
that's
not going
why
to go and
I
spend the
tell
money.
you to be careful what you say around here. I'm just saying.
Nobody's spending money on my stuff.
Yes, they
My
are.
stuff is free.
all of
You're
the,
welcome.
The line of Heidi Small fragrances, all of the Heidi Small wines. I mean, you had to drink all of that yourself. This has been Big Screen, Little Screen, brought to you by ChannelSurferTV.com.
Drinking too much can ruin your life. Alcohol and drug issues can cause problems at work, at home, and pretty much everywhere. If substance abuse has taken over your life and you want to quit, there is help. TimeForRehab.com could be the first step in the right direction for you. TimeForRehab.com would love to help you find a new life beyond addiction. Your insurance company may even cover the cost to help make this happen. You can learn more now at TimeForRehab.com. That's TimeForRehab.com.
Now, your scoop of the day, brought to you by FunkyMonkeyShirts.com. New York State has passed a law requiring all backseat passengers to wear a seatbelt. So in the past, it was always just, hey, you in the front seat.
In the back, it don't matter.
Yeah, we have a comedian friend that talked about that. Back in the back and trying to find those seatbelts that are stuffed down between the seats. Well, now you got to start using them in New York State. Commercial airlines could lose $100 million this summer because of something that's been in the news. Mm-hmm. I have vowed to not say that name on the radio all day today.
Good.
Think I can do it?
I think you can do it.
I think I can too. A homeless man was seen. Oh, this, by the way, is disgusting. So anybody that's faint of heart or have a weak stomach, just don't listen. And I'm going to use fake words instead of what he was really doing. But a homeless man in San Francisco at a bus stop was seen eating his own.
Oh, ew.
Yeah, I'm not even going to say what. You know what?
Gross.
And I've got 2 stories in the program today that have something to do with that.
Oh,
so just this one here.
Gross.
I don't know what was going on. Apparently he was really hungry, or I don't know. It's a yucky story. I have a link to it in the show notes if you really want to read more. But if you do, why? Why do you want to know more about that? Mormon Church revealed they have a $38 billion stock portfolio. That's a lot. $38 billion.
Who does?
The Mormon Church.
Cheapers.
Yeah, no kidding. A growing number of marijuana enterprises are moving to the Bible Belt because of lower state taxes in that part of the country. So they're saying, hey, we're going to leave these big cities where they're taxing us through the nose, and we're going to move down to this Bible Belt and, reap the rewards of being here.
Yep.
Where we're not wanted. So I guess it'll be interesting to see how that goes. A Florida woman was arrested after police found marijuana in her brassiere. They say it was a rather big bust.
That was a Heidi joke.
Yeah, it really was. It really was. And one last story we're going to get to here. A malfunction. I think this is interesting. I saw this online, and I had to check to see if it was real, and it is. A malfunction at a winery in Italy is causing red wine to flow from the faucets.
I saw this. I'm
in this
so
Italian
jealous.
town, Castelvetro.
Yeah.
By the way, I noticed Heidi was looking online for
cheap airfare.
Airfare
right
to
now,
Castelvisto.
airfare is so cheap.
Yeah, they're shutting down the
If
whole
we're gonna
country.
go somewhere.
In Italy, a lot of things are quarantined because of the wine outbreak. See, I said I wouldn't talk about that, and I'm going to try really hard not to. Anyway, what would you think of that? Would you be interested in drinking the red wine that's just flowing from the faucets?
Yeah.
But doesn't that make you wonder if there's just wine flowing from the faucets? Like, how poorly constructed is their plumbing system? If there's some malfunction at the winery and it's causing that wine to flow through the entire town?
Alcohol would be better treated than the water, I would assume, because of the fact that
I don't know.
booze would kind of kill some of the germs.
It just seems like a
safer to drink.
Probably. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show.
Introducing InsuranceChicken.com. Why InsuranceChicken.com? Why not? Another insurance company has a duck, one has an emu, and that other company has a lizard. So InsuranceChicken.com is no more silly than any of those. Is it time for you to cross the road for your insurance? Don't be chicken. Check out InsuranceChicken.com. We'll help you peck out the best insurance rates we can find at InsuranceChicken.com. That's InsuranceChicken.com.
And it's time right now for
Dear John Letters.
And we've got our Dear John letter here right now. Dear John, my husband and I have been married for 12 years. When we met, I already had a 4-year-old daughter. He knew that when we started dating and when we got married. Now she's 16, and the two of them don't get along. My husband stayed at his mom's house last night, and he told me I should have my daughter stay with her father for a while. My husband said he's not really interested in living here anymore if she's going to be here. She's pretty rude to him, but it's because he's rude to her. I'm just stuck in the middle. What do I do? I love him, but I also need to raise my daughter. I've already told him she's going to be leaving for college in a few years. What do I do? Signed, Mom in the Middle. Now, Mom in the Middle, good news. I could probably give you some, hokey advice, but I have on the phone right now Spirit from Love Goals on the Oprah Winfrey Network. And Spirit, do you have some good advice for Mom in the Middle here?
Yes, I absolutely do. And the answer to that is get out of the middle.
There you
Get
go.
out of the middle. Yeah, because here we go. What this is a blended family, and it sounds like stepfather and her daughter have never had the opportunity to define their own real loving relationship. And that can be difficult when you have an older child that you come into relationship with. I have a blended family myself, so I get this in more ways than one. But the real deal is that this family could benefit from some good family counseling in order to help dad and in order to help daughter understand who they are and what their roles are. And everybody in this relationship needs to come to an agreement about what respect looks like, what honesty looks like, what their own individual needs look like, and how to begin to love each other in this blended family that they are.
Well, that is awesome. I appreciate that. And folks, you can chime in with your advice on our Facebook page. Now, while I've got you in line, Spirit, let's talk about Love Goals, new program on Oprah Winfrey Network. This just kicked off on the 7th of March, so it's brand new, but you've got a lot of experience doing programs, and this one I think sounds like a really fun one, doesn't it?
Yeah, I am really excited about this, and what a lot of people don't realize is that at my core, what I actually do is therapy. I am a real-life therapist, and so I have been in therapy working with couples for decades now, and I'm really excited to just have these couples who were willing to kind of have the mirror held up to their own lives in order to teach everybody what it means to truly heal so you can finally get the love you want.
And the thing that's neat, I'm looking at some of the folks that are going to be featured on the first season. And I say first season because I think this is going to go well and you're going to have many, many seasons. But several people on here that are like household names, like Coolio and also Spinderella from Salt and Pepper. And just about everybody on here are people that we know from somewhere. And I think it's encouraging to know that even though they're doing really well somewhere, they've got an issue that they still need help with, and they're not afraid to ask for help, and you're stepping up to help them.
That's right, and the thing that makes this such a great experience is that each of these couples are in different places in their relationship, and they all have something that they want to work on, which means that we'll be able to see ourselves at different stages of relationships, where we are, where we've been, and where we possibly never want to go. So we have everything from couples who are working on co-parenting relationships, kind of like Mom in the Middle here. We have individuals who are in situationships who are now developing feelings for each other. We have individuals who are trying to walk down the aisle, some who have just recently walked down the aisle, and some who don't know whether or not they should walk down the aisle or call it quits altogether. It really spans the relationship gamut.
Now, the program Love Goals is on the Oprah Winfrey Network. What day and time can we find the program?
You can find it every Saturday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 9 p.m.
Well, I'm going to make sure we throw all the information in the show notes today to make it easy to find. And I appreciate you taking the time to chat with us, Spirit.
Oh, please. Thank you so much. I hope that you'll have me back because I want to talk to you and the missus. That's always fun.
Absolutely. Well, we could have you do some counseling for us on the air. We've been married 20 years now, and I guarantee you there's probably things that I do that drive her crazy. So,
of course, that's all of us.
Well, thank you again. Spirit has been our guest today from the Oprah Winfrey Network. Her show is called Love Goals. You can catch that on Saturday on the Oprah Winfrey Network. Also, I want to remind you, if you'd like to chime in with your advice for the Dear John letter, we've got that on our Facebook page, facebook.com/John and Heidi Show.
If you grew up in the 70s, 80s, and 90s, you should consider joining us for this amazing vacation.
My wife and I have been to this event the last 3 years, and we've had a blast.
Join us at the Sands.
Hear amazing music from Billy Idol,
Cheap Trick,
Belinda Carlisle,
Little River Band,
The Hooters,
Tesla,
Howard Jones,
and many more.
Plus, meet awesome stars from movies and TV.
It's the best week ever.
Learn more right now at thesands.rocks.
That's thesands.rocks.
Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
Many languages have the same root language, so they all come from the same place. So English, Portuguese, Latvian, Pashto, and Greek all sound very different today, but these languages all have a common ancestor. It's called the Proto-Indo-European language.
Okay.
We don't have any written examples of it. Linguists have worked backward from a variety of modern languages to try to reconstruct it. Using their reconstruction, the sentence, "the king wanted a son," would be written as, well, a bunch of funny little letters that I don't know. Apparently, loosely translated, "the king wanted a son."
They don't know this.
This is what they think.
Yeah,
Hey.
this is all made up gobbledygook. It's ridiculous.
That's kind of what this looks like, is made up gobbledygook. Like there's a 3 in the middle of this instead of a letter, which is interesting. So, I don't know. If you want to see it, it's in the show notes for today. It's today's fun fact. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show.
Not all credit cards are created equally. Some cards have higher rates, some have annual fees, some are just not very good. Often people will sign up for these because that's all they qualify for. But if you've done that, it may be time to get a better credit card. Over time, your situation can change. Then you could qualify for a better credit card, one that offers you a better rate, or one that offers miles, points, cash back, or whatever is the best fit for you. Check it out for free at bettercreditcards.com. That's bettercreditcards.com.
Now, a news headline from somewhere in this world. Dateline Bethlehem. The birthplace of Jesus Christ has been, it's in Bethlehem. It has been quarantined, so they closed that off.
Okay.
We're not going to talk about why, because I've vowed not to say that.
Why would they quarantine a
They
place?
just said because they're, I don't know, because they just did. And again, without going into all the details, because I feel as though that
if
has
anybody could keep an area disease free, maybe they should be holding like the meetings there or something.
That's very true. This has been a news headline from somewhere in this world.
Drinking too much can ruin your life. Alcohol and drug issues can cause problems at work, at home, and pretty much everywhere. If substance abuse has taken over your life and you want to quit, there is help. TimeForRehab.com could be the first step in the right direction for you. TimeForRehab.com would love to help you find a new life beyond addiction. Your insurance company may even cover the cost to help make this happen. You can learn more now at TimeForRehab.com. That's TimeForRehab.com.
Now, some weird news brought to you by WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com. A New Mexico woman is facing larceny charges after authorities say she stole a neighbor's anatomical skeleton and allegedly made an offensive gesture towards her. What? Court documents filed say that Diane Hogbree was charged with 1 count of larceny in connection with a skeleton heist. She was offended by the way the skeleton's hand was posed with the middle finger pointing up. She told Santa Fe, New Mexican, the episode was the culmination of a month-long feud between her and her neighbor, Joseph Downs, who she said has hassled her family for a long time. And she said the skeleton was a gift to Downs from a family member who was worth about $1,500. She took it in the early morning hours of February 27th. She told a deputy the finger pose had offended her and upset her. She said, "It just put me to the boiling point." She was done. She had enough of that, Heidi.
Enough of that nonsense.
She had enough of that nonsense. And she took that skeleton. I don't know. Did she destroy the skeleton?
I'm sure it was directed towards her. It sounds like she's a horrible neighbor.
Well, it doesn't sound like those two should probably be neighbors anymore. One of them or both of them should move.
Yes.
Thanks for listening to today's Weird News.
John and Heidi.
Now, your moment of duh, brought to you by SingleStudentLoan.com. It's often recommended that people stop and smell the roses, but taking time to do that, maybe while you're on the run from the cops, is a bad idea. Here's what happened. A Boca Raton, Florida man he was, by the way, in the middle of fleeing police. He ran into a home and asked if he could get some water. Then he laid down and snuggled with the homeowner's cat, was just playing with the cat when the police come in. They accuse him of taking $2,000 from a friend's wallet and then taking off. The man crashed a Lexus into multiple vehicles, including a police car and a fire hydrant. Then he bailed and took off running. They were hot on his tail when he ran into this home, let himself in, saying he was a landscaper working next door. "Hey, can I get a glass of water?" And she said, "Yeah, go ahead." And then he sat down. He was waiting for the cops to run past. But he sat down and played with their cat. That's when the police came in and caught him and said, Hey, what are you doing? So he got 3 counts of drug possession, 2 counts of assault, hit and run, and grand theft auto, amongst other charges. So not a good day for him.
No.
Bad plan. Don't do that.
Very bad plan.
It's today's moment of duh.
Introducing InsuranceChicken.com. Why InsuranceChicken.com? Why not? Another insurance company has a duck, one has an emu, and that other company has a lizard. So InsuranceChicken.com is no more silly than any of those. Is it time for you to cross the road for your insurance? Don't be chicken. Check out InsuranceChicken.com. We'll help you peck out the best insurance rates we can find at InsuranceChicken.com. That's InsuranceChicken.com.
Now, fake news or Florida? Heidi, tell me, is this a true story from the great state of Florida, or is it hashtag fake news made up just to trick you?
Okay.
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right, fake news or Florida? A Fort Pierce, Florida woman told police that the wind blew cocaine right into her purse. Fake news or Florida?
Florida.
Yeah,
I remember that story.
We did. You know, it's hard to get one past you these days because you have been paying attention lately to stories. I don't know what's going on over there. Apparently it's because you took Candy Crush off your phone.
I did take Candy
I
Crush
know you
off my
did.
phone.
And I have to tell you, I'm proud of you. What level are you on, by the way, on Candy Crush
I don't
these
know,
days?
3,000 something.
Yeah. That is crazy.
35, 41 or
Yeah.
something. Like
Anybody have a way to get past that one? She's been on that a while.
No, I actually am not. I have only been on that one for a day, so
Oh, okay.
I'll be done.
Good job.
I'm good.
Thanks for listening to Fake News or Florida.
John and Heidi.
This portion of the John and Heidi Show is brought to you by the John and Heidi Show. That sounds kind of funny, but it's true. Go to your local radio station and ask them to start carrying the John and Heidi Show. Here's the best part. They can carry the show for free. They play a couple commercials, but it doesn't cost them anything every month. So if you know a radio station that could use a little bit of help, send them our way. Send them to johnandheidishow.com. Again, johnandheidishow.com. We would love to do a radio program in your community. Then you could listen to the podcast and listen to us on the radio.
John and Heidi.
We always like to wrap things up around here with good news. I think this is good news. And what a crazy story. Here's the headline. It comes your way, by the way, courtesy of BetterCreditCards.com. Man saves baby from car moments before the vehicle bursts into flames.
Wow.
It's like a scene out of a
Hero.
movie. Yeah. A man jumped into action and saved a baby girl from a burning car when he heard the mother screaming for help. Josh Rayleigh was leaving his birthday dinner at a restaurant in Peoria, Illinois, when he saw a silver sedan on fire. He said, I just happened to see the car on fire. It was dripping gasoline and filled with smoke. He said, I saw 2 men get out of the car and a woman kick on the back door. She was screaming about her baby, and he knew somebody has to do something. He ran over to the car. He was not able to see much, but he noticed the airbags were deployed. He slashed an airbag and found the baby girl wedged between the driver's seat and the passenger seat.
Oh, my gosh.
He said, you really can't see the car because there's so much smoke. He said, I took a final swoop and I found her. I took off, and then 30 seconds, maybe a minute later, I looked back, and the whole car was engulfed in flames.
Wow.
Emergency crews showed up shortly after the rescue, and they say if it weren't for this gentleman, the baby most likely would have died.
Well, you think? The car blew up.
Certainly don't want anybody to get hurt, but it might be their nature to make that choice and possibly save a life or help another person, is what one of the fire chiefs said.
That's beautiful.
Luckily, nobody was seriously injured. I don't know why the car was on fire. It does not say that. You'd think they would say why, because I know that's the kind of question you would ask me typically at about this point in the program. You'd say, so why was a car on fire? And then what do I usually say? I don't know. It's not in the story.
There.
So they should put that kind of thing in there. But I think it's an awesome, awesome story. I have a link to it in the show notes for today at johnandheidishow.com. Also want to remind you, for those of you who like to chime in with a little bit of advice for Dear John letter, even though I got some amazing advice today from Spirit, from the Oprah Winfrey Network, your advice is still extremely welcome. And you can do that on our Facebook page, facebook.com/John and Heidi Show. Time to say goodbye, Heidi.
Bye, Heidi.
Goodbye, everybody. Have a great day. Thanks for listening on a Thursday.